So you know the ones when you're listening to a song that you really like and you're like, that's my tune. That's my tune. Hey, I'm Jojo Bean. This is episode 46 of That's My Tune, the podcast providing song reviews and interviews. Last week was a vibe with the Style Siblings, Never Call My Phone. This week, I'm chatting with KG, and it's another Amapiano vibe. Her tune is called Mantra. Enjoy this track, and when I'm back, we'll be talking with the lady herself regarding the song and a whole lot more. I'll be back. So, everybody, I'd like to introduce you to KG. Yeah!
I'm so excited to actually be on this podcast. This is dope. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. What makes you excited?
You know what? I like talking. That's what makes me excited. I talk a lot.
That.
You know,
you're like me. Yeah, I like talking a lot as well.
we have that in common.
For real. And that's part of the reason why I like doing this podcast, because it's like I love music and I love talking to people and getting to know them. So it's like the two combined is just dope. And like I said to you just before we start recording, like I love your talking voice. Like it's really dope.
Thank you. You're just gassing me up, you know. Come on.
So you said to me how like your voice is all coming from like the radio experience. So tell us more about that, about your radio experience.
Oh man, so I'm literally, I'd say that one of my main things that I'm known for is sort of like being a producer, music producer. However, I've kind of been like sharpening my broadcasting skills for 10 years and a bit. I've just been in and out of community radio for the longest. But I've always aspired to get into commercial radio. So it was always just a thing that was like one of the milestones that I wanted to hit. I've been working towards it, but it's taken time, boy. It's taken some time, you know, just to refine that skill and become, I guess, competent and fluent in the way that you speak. Because I actually I wouldn't call it a speech impediment, but I kind of had issues with like enunciations. And you know, when you think that something sounds good in your head and then you start to speak it out and you're like, oh, it took me some time, girl. It took me some time.
So are you doing any radio stuff at the moment?
Yeah, so I'm currently on Foundation FM. I have a monthly show on there. It's a specialist show. So I play everything from soulful house, UK funky to Amapiano and basically global club sounds. But I've also just gotten a cover contract at Capital. So,
nice.
Yeah, I'm at Capital. I'm on Capital Dance and The Weekender as present. Yeah, so the big break literally came in April. So I was like, okay, this is what we're doing now. Yeah.
You, fam. Trying to be like you, blood.
Come on, my G.
You sound like a South Londoner. Please tell me you're a South Londoner.
Oh, no. You're
not a South Londoner. No, do you know what? Let's cancel this right now. Like, I
think I need to log off, you know.
You know, because what is this, bro? Like, I literally
North London. No, actually, I've gone back and forth from east to north, but I'm actually north because I was born in north. So yeah, that's me through and through. South London, no. Oh my god. Hopefully no South Londoners come for me after they hear this, you know. Please, I beg.
What's wrong with South London, bro? Like, do you want to start a war or something, bro? Like, what is it? Man's like, no.
The way that they're gonna come for me after this thing broadcast, well, you know, listen. Oh man, I put my foot in it now.
The first in line.
This is a setup.
Oh my days. So outside of radio, you're also an artist, and that's the main reason why we're here. So you have dropped your track Mantra. Tell us more about that.
So Mantra is a collaboration with myself, an LA-based singer, an amazing vocalist. Her name is Taliwo. This is taken off my forthcoming EP that's going to be released in June 25th. It's called Sensei 2. That whole project features just an array of amazing artists that I've been wanting to work with for time. But yeah, Mantra is very special. It's actually quite a personal favorite. Like my team, it kind of has house remnants, but because of Taliwo's vocal, it makes it really R&B. And I think that's what I find really beautiful. It's just a really euphoric R&B track. But it was just great designing that from top to tail and her coming into studio and laying vocals, because her vocal tone is crazy, man. Tallywell's, for me, I just have an affinity towards singers that can sang with an A.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In between. You know what I mean? So,
they're singing and they're singing, you know what I mean?
Do you know what I'm saying? They're singing and they're singing, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was just such a beautiful just a beautiful connection, really, and it kind of translated throughout the music.
Cool. So like, what inspired you to write Mantra?
Oh man, you know what? I feel like I'm at a point right now. I always believe that words are spells. And one thing that I wanted to do moving forward into sort of record production mode is be intentional with what I say on my records. And with Mantra, because I'm really big into like affirmations and stuff and kind of speaking greatness into your life. When I was making the melodies, building the drums and stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh, like Mantra, it just gives me that energy, even down to the artwork. It's just a very spiritual, it's a very spiritual track. And even with Taliwo, when we talked about the song in studio and she was writing, she was like, I'm no one, I'm like, one of the standout lines is, I'm not one to feel things if they're not real things. Which I thought that's such a great mantra to have. Like, only it has to be real in order for me to feel it, and in order for it to manifest, I have to already feel that it's real in order for it to come to me. So that was like, the foundation of the track. But it's weird, I get titles when I make, even before lyrics are added to instrumentals, when I build them, it's just the feeling inspires the title, and then I kind of build conceptually from that as well. So it's a really special record, man. It is probably one of my most special records, to be honest, this time around. So yeah,
that's really cool. So how are we able to connect with Taliwo? Does she live in LA, or she from LA lives in London? Like, how were you able to connect?
Taliwo was it's kind of like a mutual link up between another friend of mine who worked with her. But Taliwo's been sort of in the UK R&B market for a while. Like, she's originated, I think, from North London. So she was already within the music circuit. And then she's picked up speed. Like, she's quite known in the US as well, because she's published and stuff. So it was pretty much through that mutual friend that connected us together, as they had already been working together. And I was like, I've been meaning to work with Taliwo for time, because even a few of my producer friends have like played me demos of the stuff that they've done with her. And I'm like, who is this girl? I need to get into studio with her immediately, because she sounds amazing. Amazing. So that was that, really. We met up, the synergy was right, because studio synergy for me is important, man. If we get into the studio and we don't like each other,
then it's not gonna work.
Never forget it.
How can it work
about it, is it?
You're on one side of the studio, you're on the other side, you're just beefing each other. Like, how
we're beefing each other. The song's gonna be dead. It's gonna be dead. So so I'm like, nah, like, it's just great vibes, great energy, and it just seems so, when something's divinely timed, like, it just, you're on that vibe, you get what I'm doing with the track. She comes and adds her own. It's just it was all systems go from then that point onwards.
That is dope. So what made you decide to go for like the amapiano type genre?
Oh, for like, specifically for, man, I have so many talented South African friends. And I was a bit actually hesitant, because even as a West African woman, I'm from Ghana, bang, 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 bang. Other parts of Africa can also appropriate other parts of Africa too, so respectfully, it's literally, I've been asking literally for permission and attribution, always attributing my South African talented creatives as friends, always citing forefront in them in everything that I do, whether it's me featured, because I've got a few South African artists of mine that are featured on my actual EP, because it's my way of pouring back into the community, just paying homage and be respectful, because you don't want to just jump on waves and then make it your wave. It's not your wave. There are people in South Africa that are creating these hybrid versions of house from like townships. They're underprivileged areas, and then me too, I'm coming with my privileged self, just jumping on things and earning off of that. I was like, nah, so you'll notice anyway that the Amapiano influence is very heavy on Coco, but there's also a very high life influence there too.
Mm,
That's why I brought Mr. Silver
right.
on, because I really wanted to pay homage to Akan and Ashanti High Life
Yeah.
in that, to infuse the energies together. And it's worked. I was like, oh yeah, they like it. Because in the my South African Donnies are playing Coco. Who can
Yeah.
talk to me?
Now don't chat to me,
What?
fam.
Don't chat to me. I'm in. I don't know about you, but
You're too funny, fam.
you know what I'm saying? I get the cosign from them man there in Cape Town, then
Yeah.
nobody can tell me anything, So yeah.
Wow, that is dope. That's amazing. So what made you decide that you wanted to create this EP? Where was your headspace at the time that I want to do this?
Yeah. So I guess with me, I literally started off in UK funky about a decade ago. When
Okay.
the surge was happening. So
Yeah.
um very much an isolating period of time, being sort
Mm,
of the only Black woman that was
mm,
producing, and people never believing that you actually produced your records.
yeah.
So that was a bit of a tug of war back then.
Mm,
But I did enough to establish a bit of a name before quitting music altogether, because I just
right.
grew exhausted. I'm not even gonna lie. It was just
Mm,
exhausting, kind of
mm-hmm.
navigating an industry that was kind of toxic.
Yeah.
Um, moving forward, it was always my aim to go into record producer mode. I have a lot of influences here from like P2J, Jules, the guys that are really doing it here and really making tangible art,
Mm,
catalogs that you can look at. For example, you're gonna hear Essence
mm,
forever.
mm,
You see what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
You're gonna hear all of these amazing songs that these boys have created forever. And I'm like, I want to get to that point where
Mm,
it's just, I'm not just making beats. I want to make
yeah.
songs. I want to soundtrack people's lives.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it's been a long time coming, now that I've got some investment from my label now,
That's
and
amazing.
just to kind of help me polish up the things, then get me put
Mm,
quality. Sometimes the reason why artists and producers kind of burn out is because there's no investment.
mm,
There's no
mm,
financial investment. There's no even just investment care. There's no
mm.
care for
Yeah.
who can you talk to apart from your music friends who are concerned about themselves. So it's a very profound time for me, in a sense where I've now, for example, I'm also one of the 40 uh, selected participants for the Power Up Fund from
That's
PRS.
amazing.
Yeah, so again, more funding for what I'm trying to do musically, and I'm just
Yeah.
so thankful to God
Mm,
that I'm in this position right now, sis, because it's been a long time coming. It's
mm,
been a long time. The struggle
mm.
has been real, y'all. It's
I
been
can
real.
imagine. And I get what you're saying about like investment, because these days, I
Hmm.
mean, back in the day, like artists, like record companies were willing to invest time and money into artists, give them time to
Yes.
grow and evolve. But these
Hmm.
days, like
Hmm.
record labels, they're not willing to invest anymore. They're willing to invest in singles, but not albums anymore.
Yeah,
If that single doesn't pop, then that's it. Your career's
that's it. You're
done.
gone. You're done.
Yeah. And
Hmm.
it's really,
Hmm.
really sad, like
It's
the way
bad.
the
It's
industry
bad.
has
There's no aftercare. There's no
at
aftercare.
all. At all. And a lot of the reason why the artists that we admire from back in the day that have longevities, because they were given
Hmm.
that time and care and attention. They could
Absolutely,
do
they were
like one, two.
developed.
Yeah, exactly. They were
Hmm.
developed. Like they could drop one, two, three, four albums, and then it's like by their fourth album, they're popping, everybody's cool, and they keep on
Absolutely.
developing. You can't do that today.
You can't do that. It's like we'll dangle this carrot that you call a really weighty advance in the first
Right.
place, but we won't teach you how to manage your money. We won't encourage you to
Mm,
go and get legal help or seek
yeah.
legal advice. We'll just bind you to this contract. Before
Yeah.
you know it, you feel like you've made it, but
Yeah.
it's only just a bank loan. But then
Right.
after that time, exceeds and your single dies down and you
Yeah.
don't have a way of leveraging your career,
Yeah.
that's when you fall by the wayside. There is no yielding or encouragement on the leveraging career front. It's just, let's commodify this artist now because they're popping and they're
Yeah.
doing what's hot right now, and then
Yeah.
we'll just dash them when they're no longer hot anymore. And it's
Yeah.
it's exploitative.
It really is.
It's
It
really,
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 really.
really, really scary, and that's why
Mm,
so many great artists have disappeared.
yeah. Yep.
It's
Yep.
it's really, really sad. So it does come down to financial investment and the knowledge and the business acumen too. It's a business at the ending of the day.
Yeah.
um and what I feel like what finance will do is assist artists in sustaining their music careers, as opposed to being that one hit wonder and then throwing them to the side. So yeah, it's a really important time. Obviously, unfortunately, George Floyd had to pass away in order for all of this to happen. I mean, but I guess on an optimistic side, some tables are being shaken.
Yeah.
You
A
know,
lot.
so
Yeah.
I can only be grateful for that. About time.
For real. I hear that.
Yeah.
So once this EP drops and everything, like, do you have any more projects coming up or anything like within the next couple of months or like a year from now? Do you have any more plans in that regard?
After this EP drops, I will then go into album mode. I'm going to be working on my first official album ever. So I'll probably start that from maybe after summer. I might do some spot remixes here and there, maybe this year, but my main focus is to pour into this album project because I want it to probably be my best work today. The EP is just a warm-up, really, but I think with the funding now, we can take it to that next level.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm very excited to create and work with more amazing artists.
Excellent. That's great. KG, it's been wonderful talking with you. Although you're from North London and you tried something in South London. I didn't like that bit.
Listen, the way that I should have locked off the thing, you know. I should have locked off the thing, but you South London. Okay, you carry on.
This guy doesn't want this podcast episode to air,
The boys are paying though in South London. I give them that, man. The guys.
Listen, leave our men alone. If you don't like South London, leave our men alone, bro.
Leave our men alone. Oh my God. You're very handsome down there. Very handsome.
Wow.
No, sis. No, thank you so much for having me, man. I can't wait to hear this.
You are more than welcome. You have a great rest of the week. Great. Let me do that again. You have a great rest of the day.
Enjoy your day, sis. I'll speak to you soon.
All right, then. Bye.
Bye.
I love me a great interview. Thank you so much for your time, KG. That's a wrap with episode 46. If you'd like more information about the podcast, simply go to linktree/TMT_podcast. You'll find Spotify, YouTube, all the social media. And if you'd like to email, it's that'smytunepodcast@gmail.com. I'll be back next Tuesday with yet another episode. Until then, have a great day and rest of the week. Bye-bye.